been since June of last year when we approved reallocating $70,000 for wireless funds and equipment, but we also at that time talked about the bond issue with $1.5 million to equip a backup PSAPs, and I haven't heard anything, and I wondered where we are. And
well, Dan has never come to talk to me about it, so it's pretty hard to know where he's at. And I've been looking into things. I know what we can do now. So.
I was going to say, I did some updated research because we missed a whole host of grant rounds, but I did do research and found a whole bunch of other grants that can be looked into to help fund this thing, and I just would really wonder where we are. I don't think we should be sitting back and doing nothing. And so I was curious. You're the
research. Yeah, I'm working on it.
You're working on it, but what is Dan included? Or?
Well, yeah, he's welcome to come up and talk to me or make an appointment anytime. He has not chosen to do that. And I've talked to different members of his staff on different occasions, so, as well as people in at least 5 other counties. In the telephone company.
So Dan should come up to talk to you.
Well, I think that'd be helpful.
Did you approach him with any of your information?
Not yet, no. Talk to salespeople.
And I guess, do you have a plan as to when this is coming forward?
No, I'm not on a tight timeline because I know what we can do now if we have to. What we can do right now is transfer the calls to any 10-digit phone number. As long as the system's operational down here, and they generally are, you can use any computer and any portable radio, and all they need is a code to get into the system. So you can operate it from anywhere.
How do you communicate? I mean, I don't
understand. Well, the computer, through the computer, through the internet. In fact, Dan said that at one of the meetings one time. You may not have remembered that.
I don't know how we can operate an entire PSAP from...
Well, I understand that you don't understand that, but I do.
Is there going to be a presentation? Is there information that we can read?
Just saying, no, at some point there will be, sure. We're not going to be rushed into something.
Well, I don't think 8 or 9 months is rushing. It was like June of last year that we had the money in the... if we have a disaster, Larry, we're in a pickle.
No, we're not. Not nearly as bad. If the phones don't work, it doesn't matter how many you have or how much money you spend. It's all dependent on being able to get telephone calls in. So just keep plugging away.
Well, I'll ask Dan if he will. I mean, I don't want to get him in trouble. I didn't tell him I was doing this today, but I really want to know. I think that the public has a right to know what's going on. I don't think it should be a secret thing going on. I think it should be an open process.
It is. Anytime you come in here, you could ask me any day that you come in.
I'm not allowed to talk to you about things outside of a public meeting.
Yes, you are. Not making decisions. It's a difference.
The decision will have to be made as to what gets done.
But you can certainly talk and ask questions anytime you want. That's not illegal.
Okay, I will ask Dan to talk with you so we can get this thing moving, because we can't just keep sitting on this.
Well, let me just say one thing about asking that. I think Jamie ought to be the one.
Okay.
I don't think commissioners should be running around there telling what other department heads what to do. That's what we have him for.
That's fine. If Jamie wants to follow up, I didn't want to put more on his plate. But if he can do that, that's great.
Okay, but I'm not clear on what my follow-up is to be.
Just express our concerns today.
I think Dan's under the impression you're conducting the research at this point, and
I have been, and I'm continuing to do that.
How much time do you need?
I can't force the people to get me prices. I asked the guy again a month ago.
Would they give you prices if it's not an appropriate bid?
Yeah, they give you ballpark figures on anything.
Why wouldn't we get a presentation and then put it out for bid?
Because it's not ready. to make a presentation.
But why wouldn't we
And I
put
haven't
things
had a
out for
chance-
bid?
I haven't had a chance to talk to Mr. Kaufman. And he's never approached me on the matter as being any type of urgency or anything regarding it.
I'm just so confused. I really think that we need to move ahead, and if you're in the leadership position on this, then I think it's your responsibility to go to Dan. If Dan's in the leadership position, then he needs to know
Right.
that so he can take appropriate action.
You can feel any way you like.
I can tell you from Dan's perspective, what he has been doing
Yeah, he's been working
To
on
my
things
knowledge,
too, sure.
is trying to find a location that would be
Mhm.
suitable for locating. He's worked with the assessment office to look for, vacant properties that would be suitable, that type of thing.
And I've told him not to do it anywhere in the Lebanon Telephone Exchange.
Okay,
It's on the recommendation of the telephone company.
so you want me to ask him to come see you?
I can call him. I don't care who calls him. But he knows, the phone works both ways. And if he has a question, he's certainly free to call me and ask me. And if I have a question for him, I'll ask him.
I'd like direction. I'd like to get this thing done.
Well, I'm sure you would. I want to do it correctly when we do it. We've been rushed in a lot of things down there that haven't worked the way they're supposed to work. Okay.
Okay? Okay.
As long as something moves forward, I think this is stalling, and I don't think it's good for the public. I think it's setting us up for disaster.
Okay.